Hey, how would you like to turn this garbage little cat creature
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine.
into the best non-legendary pal in the entire game that has the best pal attack in the entire game that will then one-shot every pal in the entire game? All at level 19, and all without having to catch any pal that isn't just a common find at level 19. Yeah, it's time for the magic of mandatory breeding. Hello then, my fellow pal trainers. Before we get into this and start working down our shopping list of based pals to acquire, there's only 5 of them to arrive at this Shadowbeak. I want to first talk about this Shadowbeak. You may have heard of him, you may have not, you may have been beaten down by him, you may have not. But he is a dark pal, and he is arguably the best dark pal, only competing with the dark legendary. And the reason for that is he has a monstrous attack stat coupled with, well, this move here. Divine Disaster. 160 power, actually dark, and it's his exclusive skill. This thing absolutely destroys. Now, my Shadowbeak here is a kind of garbage Shadowbeak, but once you can breed infinite of them, well, you're very quickly going to have a non-one like this. And this one, with its 2.2k attack and Divine Disaster, yeah, just disintegrates everything. And considering you can get that going as early as you unlock breeding, well, let's just say the breeding system in this game is as a cheat code as it is fantastic fun. In any case, yeah, he is also an incredible flying mount, the second best in the game that isn't Jet Dragon, at least in my humble opinion, and just fighting on him is again ridiculous. To actually do the Divine Disaster, you do the little charge forward, and then pew 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 pew, and everything doth melt. So, let's actually go about acquiring him and having a good old time in the process. It should also be mentioned that on our way to getting Shadowbeak here, which, let's be honest, is one of the most badass pals in the game, you will be, by collateral, getting a couple others of the best pals in the game that you also normally can't get to level 50, but you're going to get them at level 19, one of which might actually be my favorite pal in the game. So join me as I borrow Cotton's pink skin, and let's get cracking. First up, we want to grab Cattiva. Yes, we just need this basic little pal that you might well have caught from the very, very start of the game down here at the bottom right. So here I am, just for completion.
Stop! You violated the law.
For completion's sake, we will grab indeed the Cattiva at the very start of the game. This feels like overkill in the sphere I'm going to use, but that's alright. You will indeed be able to use the ones that you have at said level 19. Lovely. Next up, then, we want to get ourselves a floppy. And a floppy, also very easy to get hold of, and you can do so right here in the center of the map. An easy one for floppy, is just a little tip, is the ancient ritual site in the center. They just hang around the fast travel point, so getting one is no problem whatsoever. And while we are here in Floppyland, you also want to grab yourself a Hell Zephyr. And they are located, well, here, but only at night time. This will probably be your hardest catch of the collection, but even then you can get them level 21 to 25, so at level 19 when you unlock the breeding farm, you're still very much going to be able to grab one, no problem. Let's actually make sure we don't annihilate it without thinking about it, and, you know, some people. So, there we go. Hell Zephyr has been acquired, and now we are 3 out of 5. Next up on the old shopping list, then, is Masanda. Is it weird calling them shopping lists? They're living creatures, but I am going to permanently put them in a slave ball and make them slave breed. Maybe I shouldn't use the word slave breed. In any case, this lovely grass bear is located all around, well, here, so let's go add him to the collection. And right next to the Masanda Forest, shocking fast travel point, we indeed have our Victim? I'm gonna go with Victim. That feels right. So let's get him in. Okay, that's what I thought. In any case, that is 4 down, which just... In any case, that is 4 down. In any case, that is 4 down, which just leaves the 1. The one being Relaxaurus, who is located right here, bottom left, just before you get to the volcano-y lava-y lands. This fast travel is what I would recommend, and you should bump into one pretty quick, both at night and during the day. Let's have a little look around and a little see. There we go. So, Relaxosaurus is going to make it 5, and with just those 5 pals that we have now gone and collected, in just 6 breeds, we will have ourselves a Shadowbeak, which is just absolutely marvelous. I've retired to my breeding base so we can get this party started. Now, as I said, all of this is achievable the second you unlock the breeding farm at level 19. So, being a Shadowbeak owner at level 19 is quite the fun way to Palworld, alongside the other ridiculous pals we are going to get along the way. Now, as I said then, these 5 pals, Floppy, Relaxaurus, Massander, Hell Zephyr, and Cattiva, all catchable easily at said level 19 when you get the breeding farm, in just 6 breeds, will get you a Shadowbeak. So without further ado, let's get to it. Step 1 then, we want to get Hell Zephyr, grab him and run up to your breeding farm and get him down, and then we want Floppy. So grab your Floppy, flop it down, and the breeding magic shall begin. Of course, make sure that your breeding farm has plenty of cake in the box so they actually can produce the eggs. Cake fairly easily and early obtainable from your cooking pot. Just make sure you have the various ingredients on the go, the milk from the Mazina cows that you can get, and then everything else is quite self-explanatory. So, now that Floppy and Hell Zephyr are on the way, we simply must wait for the egg. I really am happy they made breeding just that little bit easier with the recent patch, and we now have our first egg, a large electric one. Cease the breeding of those two, as we don't need them to make another one, at least for now, and we want to go incubate this first egg that we have just gotten. Make sure you've, of course, got your incubator, and it will complete in the time you have set on your server. I've gone with instant here, just for the demonstration purposes of, this whole thing. This, then, will give you the following pal. Rayhound, and he is going to be instrumental going forward. Get your new Rayhound and add him to the base, as he is going to be the next breeding target, and you will be pairing him with not the leftover Floppy, but with the Massander that you prepared earlier. Massander and Rayhound then will produce you a huge electric egg. Obviously, if you happen to get a Rayhound that's the same gender of the only Massander that you have, either catch the opposite gender Massander or breed another Rayhound till you get the correct one, and then you can continue the chain. In we go, and this one will give you perhaps a familiar face, yet an incredibly powerful one. The joint best electric pal in Grizzbolt. He is going to be up next. Over to the pal box, and indeed, there we have it. Now, the Grizzbolt, you want to be breeding with the Relaxaurus that we also prepared and caught earlier. Grizzbolt and Relaxaurus then will provide you with the third egg in the chain, a huge dragon one. Once you've collected that, get rid of the Relaxaurus, but leave the Grizzbolt in the breeding, as they will be immediately up again. Let us go hatch this egg to reveal our next pal, and this one I absolutely adore. We get here Oserk. Essentially electric Garchomp, and yeah, I really like him. He is also the other joint best electric pal along with Grizzbolt, so you've got both of them here, as I said, collateral, but yeah, this guy is phenomenal. So grab your new Oserk. grab your new Oserk then and place him in with the Grizzbolt until we get our next egg. The next egg being a huge dragon egg once more. Oh, they're absolutely tuckered out. Can't blame them, really. Let's go hatch it up then, and we will get our next pal in the chain. This one is another ridiculously both cool and potent one in the form of Astegon. Yeah, he is something else. I mean, my god. This guy is another fantastic bit of collateral from this process, and also one of the best pals that you can get, though ironically, I like him for his level 4 mining, which is really, really effective. In any case, a fantastic dragon pal. Now we want him on the base, but we don't actually need to use him next. The next breed that we will be doing is the Hellzephyr that we caught and used earlier down the chain, so get him in. Then along with the Hellzephyr, we want to grab the Cattiva we also caught earlier. How these two are going to breed is something that science can't truly ever answer, but all we know is that they are indeed are, and they're going to be making a partner for our newly produced, well, Astegon. Eventually, your patience will be rewarded with a large scorching egg. We also, at this point, want to get rid of your Cattiva and also your Hellzephyr from the breeding farm, as their work is done. So let's go hatch the new egg we have just acquired to reveal another one of my favorite pals, and another one you'll be happy to have as a side effect of this process. This is Kitsun, and they are, again, just really freaking cool. I don't know where she's going, but hey, that is indeed nice to have. Obviously, based on a Kitsune fox. In any case, this Kitsun is going to breed with the Astegon, and we will finally get, yes, you guessed it, our Shadowbeak. So let's get them on the breeding farm and let the magic happen. The moment of truth, the grand reveal. Kitsun Astegon produce the huge dark egg, and we know what lurks within that, but let us hatch it and behold our new, beautiful, powerful Shadowbeak. There you have it. 5 pals, 6 breeds, and the best non-legendary pal in the game, and also the pal capable of dealing the most damage in a single attack, or at least definitely up there with its unique skill and its monstrous attack stat. Now, sadly, my Shadowbeak ended up being a cowardly glutton. Yay! But you can repeat this chain to get the correct passive skills from the various parents along the way to acquire your perfect Shadowbeak that will just dunk on everything that you throw it against. And look, the breeding system is just so much fun in this game. I loved working out this efficient chain to get you here with the least effort, least breeds, least difficult base pals to start with possible, and I hope you have found this useful. Not just to get the cool pals along the way, but as a little like look at just how ridiculous compound breeding can be. And I never thought in my life I would be explaining compound breeding. We have acquired then in this process an Oserk, a Shadowbeak, a Astegon, a Kitsun, and a Grizzbolt. This one's level 50, as I had to swap in a different gender one that I already had to take the place of the newly hatched level 1 one, but still, that is an already insanely impressive team. Yes, it's not got the most type variety, but the fact that you can walk around with these 5 pals at level 19 that easily, that quickly, yeah, incredible. As I said, hope you have found this both enjoyable and enlightening, and I will link down below a little tool that will let you too track through the various parent and offspring combinations to create your ideal perfect pal from a breeding chain like this. Shadowbeak though is certainly special, and I hope you enjoy using yours as much as you can. For now then, let us know what else you would like discussed in the world of pals. Like indeed if you like this video, subscribe and hit the bell for more awesomeness, and until we meet again, a goodbye.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.